Consider a scenario that is common for many individuals over the age of 60. You conclude your day with a healthy dinner, feeling confident in your nutritional choices, only to wake up with an unexpected health issue. There may be no warning signs, just a sudden difficulty with speech, a weakness in an arm, or a bout of dizziness that seems to have appeared from nowhere. The most startling part of this situation is that the cause may not be the usual suspects like fried or fast food, but rather a common vegetable, one that has been promoted for decades as a pillar of a healthy diet. It is a frequent observation that foods which provided strength and vitality at age 40 can have unintended negative consequences at age 70. This is especially true when these foods interact with common medications or are consumed at the wrong time of day. The most concerning aspect is that these adverse effects can accumulate silently, without any noticeable symptoms, until a serious event occurs. However, this does not mean one must live in fear of food or abandon vegetables altogether. The key is awareness. By understanding how the aging body processes foods differently, you can continue to enjoy your meals safely and wisely, in a manner that protects your brain health and preserves your independence. What follows is an examination of several common vegetables that can pose a quiet risk for stroke in those over 60, along with guidance on how to consume them more safely. Spinach, long hailed as a superfood packed with beneficial nutrients, can present a hidden risk after 60. It is naturally high in compounds called oxalates, which bind to calcium. While younger kidneys can flush these out efficiently, older kidneys function more slowly. For seniors who also take calcium and vitamin D supplements for bone health, the oxalates from spinach can combine with the excess calcium to form tiny crystals in the bloodstream. Over time, these crystals can accumulate and narrow the small blood vessels that supply the brain. This process is gradual and unfelt, but it can create the conditions for a small clot to trigger a silent stroke, often overnight. To mitigate this risk, it is advisable to consume spinach earlier in the day and to discuss your intake with a doctor if you take calcium supplements or have kidney issues. Broccoli is another vegetable celebrated for its heart-healthy properties. The issue for older adults lies not with the vegetable itself, but with its high content of vitamin K, which is essential for blood clotting. For seniors taking blood-thinning medications such as warfarin, a consistent intake of vitamin K is crucial for the medication to work correctly. The danger arises from inconsistency. Suddenly eating large amounts of broccoli can interfere with the medication, potentially increasing the risk of a clot. Conversely, fluctuating intake can make the blood too thin, raising the risk of bleeding. The solution is not to eliminate broccoli, but to maintain a consistent amount in your diet and to communicate openly with your doctor so your medication can be properly managed. Romaine lettuce, a staple in light and healthy salads, can also pose a risk when eaten at the wrong time. It acts as a natural diuretic, encouraging the body to release water. In older adults, whose thirst signals are often weaker, this can lead to mild, unnoticed dehydration overnight. Dehydration thickens the blood, and thicker blood moving through aging arteries is more prone to clotting. This is particularly concerning for those on blood pressure medication. To enjoy salads safely, it is better to have them at lunchtime when you are active and hydrating, rather than late in the evening. Raw carrots are a popular, seemingly harmless snack. However, they release natural sugars quickly into the bloodstream. In an aging body with a slower insulin response, this can lead to a sharp spike in blood sugar, followed by a crash during the night. This fluctuation can trigger the release of stress hormones that constrict blood vessels and raise blood pressure, creating an environment where clots are more likely to form. To avoid this, it is better to eat raw carrots during the day and to pair them with a source of protein or healthy fat, like hummus or nuts, to slow sugar absorption. Garlic is revered for its medicinal properties, including its ability to thin the blood naturally. While this can be beneficial, it becomes a risk when combined with prescription blood thinners. Taking garlic supplements or consuming large amounts of raw garlic alongside these medications can make the blood too thin, increasing the risk of a hemorrhagic stroke or a bleed in the brain. It is crucial to consult a doctor before taking garlic supplements if you are on blood thinners. Using garlic as a seasoning in cooked food is generally safer. Similarly, onions contain a compound called quercetin that widens blood vessels and can lower blood pressure. When combined with blood pressure medication, this effect can be too strong, causing pressure to drop too low, which reduces oxygen delivery to the brain. This risk is amplified at night. Therefore, it is wiser to use onions for flavor in cooked meals rather than consuming large, raw portions, especially in the evening. Corn, often enjoyed as a comfort food, behaves more like a starch in the body, causing a rapid increase in blood sugar. This can initiate the same dangerous cycle of sugar spikes and crashes described with carrots, stressing the vascular system and increasing clot risk during sleep. It is best to treat corn as an occasional side dish, pair it with protein, and avoid eating it at night. Asparagus, an elegant and light vegetable, is also a natural diuretic. Like romaine lettuce, it can contribute to overnight dehydration and blood thickening. Enjoying asparagus earlier in the day and ensuring adequate hydration can help you reap its nutritional benefits without the associated risks. Finally, tomatoes, a cornerstone of healthy eating, belong to the nightshade family. They contain compounds that, in sensitive individuals, can cause unpredictable changes in blood vessels and nerve signaling. In some seniors, this can produce symptoms that mimic a stroke, such as dizziness, numbness, or slurred speech. While not a true stroke, these episodes are distressing and highlight the importance of moderation, especially with tomato-heavy meals late at night. The overarching lesson is that as the body ages, its response to food changes. It is not the vegetables themselves that are harmful, but the context in which they are eaten, the timing, the quantity, and the interaction with medications. Awareness is the most potent form of medicine. By making mindful adjustments such as timing your meals wisely, staying hydrated, and maintaining open communication with your doctor, you can turn your food back into a source of strength and protection.